Ladies and gentlemen, this is the infantry rifle squad and mortar section, the foundation of the force. Infantry soldiers have the most challenging job of any member of the armed forces. They carry the fight to the enemy around the world. It is standard bearer for all the armies of the world, leading by example in the fight to defend freedom against ruthless terror. With the increased firepower and lethality of today's weapons, every infantry soldier must be trained to standard in over 200 tasks to defeat our enemies on any battlefield. The infantry soldiers graduating today are accomplished marksmen and indirect fire infantry soldiers, able to engage the enemy day and night. They understand how to shoot, move, and communicate as a team. They are adaptable warriors who can fight as a mechanized force, from strikers or Bradleys, from the sky as airborne or air assault, and whose training is the basis of our elite special operations warriors. Most importantly, they are patriots who raised their right hand and swore an oath to God and country to defend the Constitution of the United States against any enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, the infantry rifle squad and mortar section. The soldiers placing the mortars in action are indirect fire infantry soldiers who receive 2 weeks of mortar-specific training. As the only internal indirect fire support for the rifle company, these mortar soldiers place the 60mm mortar system into action to provide indirect fire support to infantry squads, platoons, and companies, destroying the enemy, suppressing fires, screening the rifle units, and enabling their fire and maneuver. The M224A1 60mm mortar system is a muzzle-loaded, smooth-bore, high-angle of fire weapon that can be fired in conventional or handheld mode to provide timely and accurate indirect fire with devastating results. The mortar section and infantry rifle squad are wearing the equipment they trained with and will carry into combat. The 60mm mortar section consists of 6 soldiers. The section is led by a staff sergeant, who carries the M32 lightweight handheld mortar ballistic computer and the RT-1523 Echo radio and the M19 plotting board. The section sergeant is assisted by the squad leader, who holds the rank of sergeant and also carries the same ballistic computer, radio, and M19 plotting board. The section sergeant and squad leader provide fire direction control for the mortar section. They may operate together or in split section as 2 separate mortar squads. Each squad has a gunner. They carry the 60mm lightweight cannon, the M8 base plate, and the M67 sight unit. The mortar's maximum rate of fire is 30 rounds for the first minute and 20 rounds for each additional minute indefinitely. The maximum effective range is 3,490 meters. The 60mm mortar system weighs 38 pounds in conventional mode and 20 pounds in handheld mode. Each squad also has an assistant gunner, who carries the M170A1 bipod and the M4 carbine as a primary weapon. The M224A1 mortar fires 6 types of ammunition: training, high explosive, white phosphorus, illumination, infrared illumination, and the mortar anti-personnel, anti-material round. The infantry squad is led by a staff sergeant. They are armed with an M4 carbine. The M4 carbine is the latest evolution of the M16 family and is designed for use in vehicles in close quarters combat. The squad has 2 fire teams. Each fire team is led by a sergeant. They are also armed with an M4 carbine. This carbine is fully modular with an integrated receiver rail system that can mount the M68 close combat optic and the PEC-15 infrared laser designator used to engage targets at night. Each fire team has 1 automatic rifleman. They are armed with an M249 squad automatic weapon. This is the squad and vehicle machine gun. It has a sustained rate of fire of 85 rounds per minute and weighs 17 pounds. Each fire team has one grenadier. They are armed with an M4 carbine and the M320 grenade launcher. It fires a variety of 40mm grenades to include high explosive, illumination, colored smoke, and buckshot. The M320 provides an invaluable indirect fire capability to the infantry squad. The remaining soldier in each fire team is the rifleman. They are armed with an M4 carbine and the M136 AT-4 anti-tank launcher. The AT-4 fires an 84mm shaped charge capable of defeating up to 14 inches of rolled homogeneous steel and breaching bunkers or masonry walls in urban structures. Additionally, each one of these soldiers is wearing the advanced combat helmet with the PVS-14 monocular night vision device. This night vision device allows soldiers to see in low or no light conditions. Coupled with the laser designator on their weapon, they can place effective fire on all targets at night. On their torso, they are wearing the improved outer tactical vest, or IOTV, which consists of 4 armored plates capable of stopping small arms fire and fragmentation. Additionally, they are wearing ballistic eye protection, knee and elbow pads, and a water hydration system. Ladies and gentlemen, all members of today's mortar section and rifle squad are from Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment. This is the modern day warrior, armed and equipped to fight and win anywhere, anytime, in any type of terrain, and against any enemy. These infantry soldiers are trained and ready to defend our country and preserve our way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a round of applause for the United States Army. Thank you for having the squad and mortar section. Ladies and gentlemen, now returning to the parade field is the United States Army Maneuver Center of Excellence Band. Ladies and gentlemen, now marching onto the parade field are the infantry soldiers from Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment. The company commander is Captain Daniel Doherty, and the company first sergeant is First Sergeant Ryan Doherty. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the arrival of the official party. 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment's chaplain will offer the invocation.
Please bow with me in prayer as your faith and religion allows. Almighty God, I ask that you bestow your blessing on the soldiers graduating here today. Over the past 22 weeks, they have persevered through their training to earn the right to be called soldiers. And now we celebrate that they joined the 1%, the elite. They are now infantry soldiers. Lord, I ask that you honor all of their hard work. And may you provide them with wisdom in the days to come to not only become soldiers, but leaders for this organization as well. When the time comes for them to deploy and fight our nation's wars, let them remember what they're fighting for our freedom and American way of life. And may they annihilate the enemy with your blessing, as the legacy of the men and women ring out who have fought the wars before them. Bless their willingness to serve their country, their willingness to place themselves in harm's way, protect them in times of danger, and provide also for their families as they too will make sacrifices in the days ahead. Above all, I ask that you be fully present with each soldier serving here and those serving around the world. For it is in your holy name we pray. Amen.
The official party for today's ceremony consists of the 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment's commander, Lieutenant Colonel Deshane P. Greaser, and the Battalion Command Sergeant Major Matthew P. Salinas. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Gentlemen, if you are not in uniform, please remove your headgear. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The infantry soldiers graduating today come from many parts of the United States. The flags of the 50 states and 6 territories displayed at the museum symbolize the broad base of our national defense. The companies standing before you have conducted a turning blue ceremony because blue is the color of the infantry. This ceremony culminated with each graduating soldier receiving the coveted symbols of an infantry soldier: the crossed rifle insignia with blue background disc and the blue infantry cord. Turning blue signifies the rite of passage of these soldiers to carry on the finest traditions of the infantry. The infantry crossed rifles, blue disc, and blue cord mark these soldiers as qualified to be the finest soldiers in the world: United States Army infantry soldiers. The soldiers most responsible for the training of these infantry soldiers are the drill sergeants, who the Department of the Army carefully selects. The drill sergeant campaign hat and badge have been a stoic symbol of professionalism and pride since 1962. At this time, the drill sergeant of the cycle for Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Drill Sergeant Cody Curtin, will recite the drill sergeant's creed. At this time, the official party will present the awards. The drill sergeant of the cycle and distinguished honor graduate will each receive the Army Achievement Medal. Receiving the drill sergeant of the cycle award is Drill Sergeant Cody Curtin from San Diego, California. Drill Sergeant Curtin's spouse and daughter, Lauren and Madison, are being presented a flower bouquet in recognition of the constant support given to their spouse and father. Joshua Berkey from Raleigh, North Carolina. Private Berkey's fall on assignment is the North Carolina National Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving these fine soldiers a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Deshane P. Greaser.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Fort Benning. It's probably the best time of the year for all seasons. This is the best time. It's not too hot, definitely not too cold. Sun's out. It's great weather. Distinguished guests, friends, and family of the Rocksteady Battalion, thank you for joining us for this graduation ceremony. Today, celebrating Baker Company's completion of their 22-week infantry training. On behalf of Major General Buzzard, Command Sergeant Major Garner, Brigadier General Burris, Command Sergeant Major Colonel Hathaway, and Command Sergeant Major Holmes, I welcome you to the Maneuver Centers of Excellence, Fort Benning, in the National Infantry. We are honored and pleased to have you here for this very important milestone for Baker Company. We appreciate your efforts to travel from all over the United States to share this event with us. The professional soldiers before you are a direct reflection of your own patriotism and belief in the foundations that make this nation so unique. No soldier fights alone, and not every battle we fight will be kinetic. The support our families and our loved ones provide is the most important aspect we as soldiers receive. These soldiers and everyone who wears a uniform and serves our great nation owes our success for the love and support you provide. On behalf of the Rocksteady Battalion, thank you for entrusting your soldiers' care to us. For the drill sergeants and cadre team represented in the formation, thank you for your personal sacrifice and dedication to duty. We ask our drill sergeants to accomplish the most difficult task a soldier and leader like you can have: transform a civilian into an infantry soldier. Command Sergeant Major Salinas and I revel at the superb professionalism of the non-commissioned officers we have serving as drill sergeants in Baker Company. You are the most important ingredient and the key to our success in the Army. Please join me in a round of applause for our awesome drill sergeants. The soldiers standing before you started their transformation in the infantry soldiers with us in May. The soldiers have endured the summer heat, humidity, thunderstorms, and helicopter-sized mosquitoes at Fort Benning to accomplish all the tasks necessary to earn their infantry cross rifles and blue coats. These 217 soldiers standing in front of you on the field participated in more than 25 live fire ranges and qualified with hand grenades, pistols, rifles, machine guns, and mortar systems. They marched more than 80 miles with the combat load, and they are now highly skilled 11th Charlie Infantry mortar soldiers who provide indirect fire support to moving forces across the Army. To the infantry soldiers in Baker Company, you have earned the right to serve as infantry soldiers. You are the soul of the American warfighter. You march with the spirit of thousands of American warriors who went before you. In your words and deeds, you should continue to strive to be the embodiment of our country's highest values. You are the stalwart protectors of our way of life, and in time, you will become the leaders and stewards of our Army and their traditions. Baker Company, your initial training may be complete, but your role as infantry soldiers is just beginning. As you transition to your first unit of assignment, you should consider the global security situation when you struggle to find motivation. Although we have reduced our presence in the Middle East, much larger threats are looming on the horizon. Russia's invasion of the sovereign nation of Ukraine to seize control of territory, natural resources, and access to points into Central Europe. China has increased its presence in the South China Sea, conducted overflights of Taiwan, and tested advanced missile technologies. South Korea launched several intercontinental ballistic missiles, one as recent as last week, to demonstrate the capability to threaten territories of the United States, our mainland, and our allies in the Pacific. You are the next generation of warriors who will protect our nation. Continue to train hard and remember this last set of instructions. To your friends, family, and strangers you meet, you represent the United States Army. You represent those that made the ultimate sacrifice to the brothers in arms, their families, and their nation. Continue to hone your craft and remember the freedoms you defend. Winning matters. In the true spirit of the bayonet, you are the heart of the fight, whenever and wherever the nation calls. Soldiers of Baker Company, good luck and Godspeed. Rock steady, brave and bold, all in one force, one fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Infantry Creed is a standard for all soldiers to live by. The Infantry Creed helps soldiers understand that despite their very diverse backgrounds, all soldiers are warriors and members of a team. The soldier that cycled from Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 90th Infantry Regiment, Private Berkey, will lead Baker Company in the Infantry Creed. Ladies and gentlemen, as the soldiers pass to your front, we invite you to take pictures, but please remain in your seats. When the American flag passes to your front, we ask that you rise and the gentlemen remove their headgear. Once the American flag has passed your location, you may be seated. Additionally, we ask that you please remain in the stands until the band has completely left the field and Commander of Troops reports the conclusion of the ceremony. Now approaching the reviewing stand is the Nuclear Center of Excellence Band, led by Drum Major Staff Sergeant Johnson, commanded and directed by Sergeant First Class Conn. Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 90th Infantry Regiment is commanded by Captain Daniel Doherty, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The platoon sergeant, the 1st Platoon, is Senior Drill Sergeant Yesenia Cabozos from Lubbock, Texas. The platoon sergeant, 1st 2nd Platoon, is Senior Drill Sergeant Samuel Drennan from Fort Benning, Georgia. The color sergeant is Drill Sergeant Justin Rohde from Fairbanks, Alaska. The platoon sergeant for 3rd Platoon is Senior Drill Sergeant Kyle Morton from Twin Peaks, Georgia. The platoon sergeant for 4th Platoon is Senior Drill Sergeant Samuel Andre from Orfordville, Wisconsin. The 1st Sergeant for Baker Company, 1st Battalion, 19th Infantry Regiment, is 1st Sergeant Ryan Doherty from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the band plays the infantry song and the army song. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 198th Infantry Brigade Commander, Colonel Jimmy Hathaway, and the Brigade Command Sergeant Major Lamont Holmes, we thank you for attending today's graduation ceremony. You may now join your soldier in the formation area in front of the museum. Have a safe journey home. One victory, one fight. Rock steady, play and follow me.